Fashioning Your Tomorrows by Katherine Tingley, read by Dave Marsland of Cardiff Theosophical Society. This piece is an extract from The Wine of Life. The Wine of Life is a compilation of public addresses delivered by Katherine Tingley in the USA and Europe, mainly in 1923 and 1924, and it was published in 1925. Fashioning Your Tomorrows. You ask, if I am divine by nature, why have I so many efforts to make, and so often unsuccessfully? The answer is that it is part of the scheme of life. We are born into this world that we may grasp our opportunities to assert the nobler side of our consciousness. It is the law that man shall ever be changing, ever growing. The soul's designs and the processes of its evolution move him, interiorly and otherwise, from condition to condition. The whole purpose of life is change, growth. Some Theosophists are burdened and aged by the consciousness of their failings. To me, to give way thus is the sin against the Holy Ghost. Remember that two things cannot occupy the same place at the same time, and that of the two companions, either the angel or the demon must win. They cannot both be in possession. There is great danger for the one who, in working towards his higher nature, permits himself to dwell too long upon his failings. Indeed, to think of them at all is a mistake and a sign that the courage is weakening. Do not obscure from your vision the glory of your tomorrows by brooding on the gloom of your yesterdays. The brightest of us undervalues his powers. 1/2 our battles are defeats because we have so cultivated fear that we dread to undertake them. The human mind, conscious of its unworthiness, enters the path half afraid and with hesitation, and is eternally looking towards the goal instead of taking each day as it comes with affectionate determination. There is a great lesson to be learned from these experiences. Dealt with in time, they often lead to splendid victories. Life is a struggle, and it should be. Struggle is part of the divine scheme. What use would there be in living if we were born perfect? It is the growth of the soul, the unfolding, the effort to attain perfection, that is the incentive. The well-balanced know that every temptation is heralded in one's mind, and that no evils come up and press in upon us and force us to action unpreceded by the warnings and reminders of conscience. So, if you are looking for rest and relief and peace, or for the love of your comrades, find what you desire by giving it forth out of the treasure chambers of yourself. Thought is of little value unless it generates thought. By the power of imagination, create within yourself the divine warrior. Begin to fashion your tomorrows by shutting out your yesterday's weaknesses. Go forth into the day and its duties with mind open to the light, and trusting in the God within, the divinity at the heart of things, saying of that higher self, I will arise and go to my Father, and to the lower, get ye behind me, Satan. There must be shadows, but we have the power to dispel them. When discouragement comes, and doubt and lack of faith, that is the time to bring imagination into play, to invoke the power of silence, to dig into the inner depths of one's own nature and discover there the beauty and grandeur of life, the glory of the law. Had we no difficulties, we should make no effort. Had we no temptations, there would be no need for self-control. Had we no trials, there would be nothing to call forth our patience and trust. Trust in what? In those universal divine laws that hold our life in their keeping. They are there, and all existence is governed by them, and therefore those who base their living on law and order are on the path of progress, whether they know it or not, and those who live without discipline are retrogressing.